Christ Covenant Church. We look forward to our trunk or treat time this Saturday night and just expressing the love of Christ to anyone and everyone who comes. We pray that it would be a great and intentional event to love one another and to love our neighbors. And so we're looking forward to that and be praying for that. And then on Sunday, as we gather to worship, we will be in John chapter 3. This past week, we walked through verse 21 of John chapter 3, and that picture, that conversation between Jesus and Nicodemus, and what it means to be born again, to be born from above, to be born of water and the Spirit. And we've thought about this doctrine of regeneration and God's saving work on our behalf. And we think about Nicodemus and how he questioned Jesus and how he did not understand what Jesus was saying. And now in the second half of John chapter 3, we're back to John the Baptist. Once again, we see John the Baptist, and it's interesting because John the Baptist says a lot of the same things he already said back in John chapter 1. So the question kind of becomes, why did John repeat himself here? Why did he come back to John the Baptist and have John say some of the very same things he said before? Because, John said that if he was to record everything that Jesus did, he said this in chapter 20 or 21, if he was to record everything, the books couldn't fill all that Jesus did. And so what he chose to put in his gospel was very intentional. So why would he put John the Baptist and have John the Baptist repeat some of the same things that he's already said in the book? I believe the connection point is contrasting two religious leaders. One was Nicodemus, the Pharisee, and the questioning distrust of who Jesus was. No matter how Nicodemus ended up responding to Jesus later, we don't know. But contrasting that with John, who fully trusted in who Jesus was, and fully trusted in Jesus as the center of it all. John had gained a massive following. He was an all-star preacher. Jesus called John the greatest man who ever lived, John the Baptist. Yet now we're going to see a lot of people fade away from John the Baptist ministry as they're drawn towards the ministry of Jesus. And we are going to see how John responds in great love for Christ, love for the glory of God, and in great humility, saying he must increase and I must decrease. And this where the passage connects to our hearts this week. Do we have great humility because of the great glory of Christ and the glory of the sacrifice that he has made for us? We're going to think on this idea of humility, just how countercultural it is, how counter our flesh it is, but how beautiful it is in knowing, worshiping, and trusting in Jesus. And so look forward to being with you this Sunday as we seek the heart of humility, as we lift Jesus up. We pray that he would draw all hearts to himself. We'll look forward to gathering this Sunday.